This is TWiT.
So this is the Acer Chromebook Tab 10. And, you know, on its surface, I think you showed this off very briefly on the show.
We had just gotten
it,
so I wanted to show people we had it, and I told them that you were going to review it. So
yeah, so this is a Chromebook, obviously. It's a tablet-focused Chromebook, and it's the first one in the tablet format. My opinion on Chrome OS tablets and Android tablets as of late is it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to buy an Android tablet when you can buy a Chromebook and get the Android apps integrated with it. It's like you get the best of both worlds.
I agree.
Right?
And that was kind of the mistake Google made with the Tab C. It didn't really satisfy. It had all the hardware,
right,
but they didn't have the software.
Right. It had just the Pixel C is what you're talking about, right?
Pixel C, yeah.
Yeah, it only had the Android OS.
Right.
It didn't have the Chrome OS.
And there wasn't
a
lot of Android stuff for the tablet.
Right.
It was frustrating.
And I'm not entirely sure that there still is, even at this point, a whole lot of stuff for a tablet on Android. But at least with Chrome OS running and the support for Android, you get the best of both worlds.
Yes.
You get the kind of the benefits of having a computer OS for multitasking,
right,
you know, for being productive and that sort of stuff, but also all of those apps from Android. So I was looking forward to this. The strange thing about this was that it was only offered at first for schools.
Yeah,
it was really targeted at K through 12.
I almost understand that because it isn't something that maybe the public will want.
Right.
But maybe if a kid is forced to use it, that would be okay.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of choice.
They have
right?
no choice. Yeah.
It's $330, and very recently, in the past few days, it was opened up for everyone.
Oh,
so
now everybody can get
if you want, you can buy one of these.
This is what the same base level iPad costs is $330.
Yeah, it's very similar cost. And I guess when you compare it to the iPad, then I guess it makes sense in my head. In using this on a daily basis, however, I've been trying to use it for my shows here.
You're comparing it to a Pixelbook.
Yeah, and I'm coming from like the top of the
mistake.
line, and that's the challenge.
Yeah.
But my biggest complaint with this was because it's a tablet-only device.
No keyboard.
No keyboard. Yeah. You're stuck doing, you know, all of your entry on a keyboard that takes up the majority of the screen.
It's half the screen.
And so, depending on the app that you're using, you end up with this tiny sliver of usable space and a keyboard. And I don't know, in daily use, it just got to be a real hindrance. It really
could you add a
down.
keyboard? I mean, could you buy a keyboard?
Absolutely. You could buy a keyboard, and they actually make Bluetooth keyboards that fit this. So, you know, that's extra cost that you're going to have to throw onto there.
Right.
And, you know, when you're talking about like a Pixelbook, obviously
you could get a
different
Chromebook
scale,
for this price.
That.
Acer makes Chromebooks at $330. You could get one with a keyboard for that price.
Right. So here that would be extra, right? But at least I suppose you have the option. But just real quick, I will say I like the display. It's a 9.7-inch 2048 by 1536 LED backlit display.
That's very
it's got nice sharp text on the screen. You can go super small with the fonts if you really want to. Smaller than my eyes could really be comfortable with. 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage. There's an easy to access micro SD card slot up at the top. So you don't have to like pop open a slide. You just pop it in there. It's almost like a removable drive.
Micro SD now at 256 gigs.
Oh yeah.
For under $100. So you could add significant storage if you needed it.
Absolutely.
That's something the iPad cannot do.
Right. Oh, you can just swap it on the fly. With this case, you can't quite do it. It's a little covered up there. But if it wasn't in the case, you could definitely do it. It's in that little port. The OP1, which is a Google branded system on chip by Rockchip, same one that's in the Samsung Chromebook Plus. And
what is that? I never heard of that chip.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know from a performance standpoint, I was running into issues of multitasking on this. And, you know, I have to
It's a Google designed system on a chip. It's not the most powerful.
No, definitely not the most powerful. However, the battery life on this, 8860 milliamp hours of battery. They say up to 9 hours, and battery was awesome in this thing. So if that system on a chip is making, you know, is pulling from the battery in limited sort of way because it's not as powerful, maybe that's a good trade-off for something like school. This is going to get you through a full day's worth of school.
All right, that's good.
So that's kind of a positive there. It does have stylus support. So there's an
and it has a stylus built in.
You pull it out.
Nice.
And as you saw on the screen when I pull it out, you get this.
You see that?
You get the pop-up that allows you to jump right
into.
Though,
right?
Pixelbook has the pen support, but it doesn't mount anywhere into the device. You know, this actually does. This is a Wacom EMR electromagnetic resistance pen, and it actually works. Here, I'm going to create create a note, it jumps right into keep. And waiting, a little bit of lag. So, yes.
Oh, look at that
this
lag.
Where you get a little bit of the lag.
Oh, we're
Sometimes
seeing that now.
Things happen, and you're just kind of
So it's
stuck
thinking,
waiting.
working.
So I'm going to go ahead and create a note then, creating a thumbnail. Working.
Is that, do you think, the slow storage?
We'll just jump right into this any day now.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and sometimes it would be super fast for doing things. Sometimes I would get this, and that was kind of the problem. I never knew what I was going to get. If I had the screen off.
It's still thinking.
Yeah, we're just going to abort.
The screen turned itself off before it finished.
I turned the screen off.
Oh, okay.
Because while the screen is off, I can pull out the stylus, and it should pop up
there.
An easy to access note, right? And then if I wanted to unlock, I could do it from there. But
so that seems like a software flaw as opposed to a speed issue. I don't know.
But I like
Does
the
it keep
pen
up with
support.
your drawing? Is it pretty?
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I'm going to draw a picture of Leo.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true to life.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, see?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing what you can do with the stylus on this thing?
Incredible.
That's Leo. Yeah, I mean, it's got the stylus support. I'm not a huge user of stylus on devices. I've come to terms with that over the years, but it's nice to have it, and in an education-focused tablet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Might want it, yeah.
The fact that you can pull it out while it's locked and get right to jotting things down, I think that's probably as usable as anything else, when you're in a school environment.
Nice.
But, outside of that, I'm not sure. I feel like from a productivity standpoint, it really slowed me down using this. And I'm really happy to go back to the Pixelbook and really just anything with a keyboard. The on-screen keyboard and being locked into that with all of my apps, and kind of the confusion between, is this a Chrome app or is it an Android app? When I was doing Google Sheets and Google Docs, I have both of them installed on there because they both run just a little bit differently with a touch interface, and there's just enough kind of confusing layers to make it so that you're not moving as comfortably on this.
I'll be honest,
others.
I'm baffled by this product. You can get an Acer Chromebook 15-inch for less, that's more powerful, more useful, has a keyboard. I don't get what this seems almost a scam. I mean, a school that buys this is getting ripped off.
I wonder about that too. Google has said on the software side of things that they have plans by the end of the year to do more updates to Chrome OS to make it work better on a tablet form factor. So cross your fingers, maybe this will get more usable over time. Right now, I feel like there's just some rough edges.
This has to be
as far as that's concerned.
A do not buy under any circumstance.
Yeah, I'd say at the very least, wait for the Chrome OS update to happen, because that might open it up and suddenly it might make more sense. But right now, it's just really hard to use.
At that price point, look at the iPad. The base model iPad is the same price.
And it's hard to opt for this when they're in the same price
There's
category.
so much software for it. And then, of course, if you want a Chromebook, get a Chromebook for less that does more.
Yeah.
With a keyboard.
It's amazing how much the keyboard makes a difference, but it really does.
Yeah. I actually used Samsung's Chromebook Plus, which is based on the same system on a chip, and I did not find, that's what you use right now, Abby, right? The Chromebook Plus. I did not find it to be slow or laggy at all. So I'm wondering if there's something going on with this particular platform, maybe the screen resolution or something, that's making this a little bit laggy, a little bit slow, very unimpressive.
I mean, I definitely changed the resolution to fit more under the screen at once. So maybe in doing that, I slowed things down.
It's your fault.
Even then, you would hope that it would keep up at that
It's
regard.
clearly not enough. So what do you say? Do not buy?
Do not buy for now.
Do not buy.
Let's see what Google does with Chrome OS over the next couple of months for tablets, and then we'll decide.
It's a little disappointing. I mean, even Android wasn't really ready for tablets with the Pixel C. I do hope. Whoops.
Don't knock a drink over
my tiki. I'd have to make another sacrifice to the
The elixir of life.
No. I almost feel like the Chrome OS plus Android has some potential on a tablet, but this is not it. I want to see. I would love to see a Pixel C running Chrome OS. With the Android compatibility, that might be an interesting product.
But I mean, even then, you run into the screen real estate with the on-screen keyboard.
No, you need to see the Pixel C had a built-in keyboard, not a built-in, but it had attached keyboard.
Well, that's true,
right?
That you can
so
attach
they solved that, right? You did that little twist.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Jason, for putting up with that for how long?
It's a couple of weeks. It's all right.
You're ready to move away.
I'm ready to get back to my Pixelbook.